Taehyung's vlog filmed in Hawaii is now available, and upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that it's not a video that needs special editing or highlighted segments to grab attention. Each scene has a clear purpose and maintains a continuity that makes the 5 minutes feel complete and well utilized. There are no unnecessary words or moments, everything is presented naturally, making it easy for many viewers to understand and enjoy. Throughout the vlog, Taehyung appears calm and at ease, something not always so readily apparent. His expression, his smile, and the way he looks at you convey stability and control of the situation. It's not just about an attractive image, but a firm presence that holds the viewer's attention. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook feels natural. There are no forced scenes or obvious attempts to show something that isn't happening spontaneously. For Taikook fans, this dynamic is clear. They share space, time, and mutual comfort. It's clear there's trust and understanding between them, something reflected in small details and the way they interact with their surroundings and the people around them. An important aspect of the vlog is seeing Taehyung enjoying his free time. He's surrounded by close friends, people who know him well and with whom he can be himself without filters. This environment functions like a real family, a space free from external pressure. Many people appreciate this type of content because it shows a more stable and authentic side of their lives. Taehyung's voice always accompanies scenes in the video and remains clear and pleasant. Hearing him sing while driving doesn't feel staged, but rather like an everyday occurrence. These simple scenes help the vlog feel relatable and easy to understand. It doesn't try to impress, but rather to show an experience as it is. There are also moments showcasing physical and outdoor activities. Taehyung once again demonstrates his athletic abilities without exaggerating them, even in scenes where he appears shirtless. The vlog fulfills its main objective, to show a genuine break, a well-spent trip, and peaceful coexistence. Taehyung appears as someone who naturally shares a routine and a space. For Taikook fans, this content is clear and easy to interpret, without needing to force meaning. It's a straightforward video, with well-defined key moments and a serious tone that allows viewers to understand what happened without resorting to emotional overreactions. Taehyung's vlog filmed in Hawaii is now available, and upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that it's not a video that needs special editing or highlighted segments to grab attention. Each scene has a clear purpose and maintains a continuity that makes the 5 minutes feel complete and well utilized. There are no unnecessary words or moments, everything is presented naturally, making it easy for many viewers to understand and enjoy. Throughout the vlog, Taehyung appears calm and at ease, something not always so readily apparent. His expression, his smile, and the way he looks at you convey stability and control of the situation. It's not just about an attractive image, but a firm presence that holds the viewer's attention. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook feels natural. There are no forced scenes or obvious attempts to show something that isn't happening spontaneously. For Taikook fans, this dynamic is clear. They share space, time, and mutual comfort. It's clear there's trust and understanding between them, something reflected in small details and the way they interact with their surroundings and the people around them. An important aspect of the vlog is seeing Taehyung enjoying his free time. He's surrounded by close friends, people who know him well and with whom he can be himself without filters. This environment functions like a real family, a space free from external pressure. Many people appreciate this type of content because it shows a more stable and authentic side of their lives. Taehyung's voice always accompanies scenes in the video and remains clear and pleasant. Hearing him sing while driving doesn't feel staged, but rather like an everyday occurrence. These simple scenes help the vlog feel relatable and easy to understand. It doesn't try to impress, but rather to show an experience as it is. There are also moments showcasing physical and outdoor activities. Taehyung once again demonstrates his athletic abilities without exaggerating them, even in scenes where he appears shirtless. The vlog fulfills its main objective, to show a genuine break, a well-spent trip, and peaceful coexistence. Taehyung appears as someone who naturally shares a routine and a space. For Taikook fans, this content is clear and easy to interpret, without needing to force meaning. It's a straightforward video, with well-defined key moments and a serious tone that allows viewers to understand what happened without resorting to emotional overreactions. Watching them together is not only interesting from an entertainment standpoint, but it also allows us to clearly observe a particular dynamic that emerges when they're near each other. There's a distinct energy that's palpable without the need for verbal explanation. Body language, understood as a basic and constant form of communication, often offers more precise information than many words. In the case of Taehyung and Jungkook, this tool allows us to notice how they naturally influence each other through simple gestures that are repeated over time and don't seem to be part of a rehearsed performance. Small movements, like touching each other for no apparent reason, laughing at the same time, or reacting in sync to a spontaneous situation, are rarely accidental when they occur so frequently. Dancing without prior rehearsal, matching the rhythm, or mirroring their physical reactions demonstrates a level of comfort that usually only appears when there's a solid pre-existing connection. These behaviors don't seem forced or exaggerated, they occur continuously, even when they're not the center of attention. The fact that they aren't constantly seen together in public doesn't necessarily indicate a change in their relationship. In contexts like work, especially within such a structured industry, many interactions are governed by schedules, image concepts, and internal company decisions. The absence of visible moments shouldn't be interpreted as personal distance. In this sense, Taikook isn't openly showing their relationship these days, but that doesn't eliminate the connection that some fans still recognize through subtle signs. This connection isn't expressed directly or obviously. It's maintained through quiet details, repeated attitudes, and a stable way of interacting that isn't dependent on the external context. It's not about grand gestures or explicit declarations, but rather a consistency that remains even when circumstances change. For many fans, these elements are enough to understand that the bond is still there. On another occasion, Taehyung casually mentioned that he had eaten and drunk 2 highballs. At first glance, it might seem like a comment of no great significance. However, for some fans, this detail carried particular weight. Jungkook is known for enjoying a drink, and these kinds of coincidences are often interpreted as natural references, not planned messages or exaggerated signals. They are simple mentions that, within a broader context, acquire meaning for those who closely follow these dynamics. What many Taikook fans have observed over the years is a pattern that, although manifested in small actions, is consistent. The way Jungkook and Taehyung look at each other, seek each other's gaze, or touch each other without much thought is something that is repeated regardless of the environment. It doesn't matter if they are in front of cameras, on a stage, or surrounded by other people, their way of interacting maintains a clear and recognizable pattern. These actions don't seem to stem from any obligation or external expectation. There are no indications that this behavior is imposed by work or a specific narrative. On the contrary, it is perceived as something automatic, arising effortlessly and without the need for validation. This naturalness is one of the most striking aspects, as it persists even when there's no visible benefit in displaying it. From this perspective, the relationship many identify in Taikook isn't based on isolated moments, but rather on an accumulation of consistent gestures over time. It's not about searching for contrived evidence or exaggerating common situations, but about observing how certain behaviors are consistently repeated. This repetition is what allows some fans to interpret a stable connection, even if it isn't explicitly shown. In short, what happened isn't defined by a single event, but by a series of details that, analyzed together, offer a clear and easy-to-understand explanation. The key lies in observing how they interact when they don't seem to be acting, how they react to each other without overthinking it, and how they maintain a way of being together that doesn't change over time. For Taikook fans, this interpretation is sufficient to understand what happened, without needing to add external elements or force out-of-context interpretations.